Alright, so if you clicked on this video, then you probably just turned level 40 and you're in dire need of sulfur, which is extremely expensive right now. Even considering all the duping that's going on, sulfur is still at an insane price, being 10,000 to up to 15,000. I've even seen 20,000 essence per sulfur. So again, one of the two reasons that you'd be clicking on this video is either you're trying to make a crazy amount of money right now, or you're trying to just make your legendary full set of armor, or maybe even a weapon. So I'm going to be showing you guys where to farm for the sulfur if you're level 40 all the way till 50. And then once you hit level 50, where you should move your farm to honestly make twice the amount. Currently, as I'm recording this video, I am at 250 sulfur. I just made my legendary full set, I want to say yesterday, and I've been pretty much farming for sulfur for the last 2 or 3 hours. So yeah, it's safe to say that the second farm is a lot better than the first one, but the first one is going to get you a solid amount, especially to first get that set. Now, honestly, man, it's really no secret that there is only technically 2 places in the entire game where you can get sulfur, that obviously being the catacombs as well as the pyramid. In the catacombs is where you're going to be farming from level 40 all the way to about level 50. And honestly, the catacombs are fairly big, so I'm going to show you guys exactly where you should be focusing on, at least at the very start. As soon as you come in here, make a right hand turn, then go ahead and make a left. This hallway right here is the hallway with the most amount of spiders in the entire catacombs, at least consecutively all in one hallway. So it's fairly simple. Just go ahead and get down to ground level. If you do have a flying mount, grab all of them. If you notice, somebody is actually in here farming them right now because there is actually no spiders in here. Oh, yep, there he is. So there is currently a person in here, but yeah, you basically just want to go back and forth from this hallway, then take out all the spiders. Once you've taken out those spiders, come to this hallway, make your way down to this end. There will be another 3 spiders here, and take out these as well. So kind of interesting. I haven't seen anybody actually using this method. To see someone else doing it is pretty cool, but this is honestly going to be the best method for you to go ahead and get sulfur from level 40 all the way to about level 50. I'm going to be completely honest. If you notice, there's a lot of people inside of the catacombs right now, and most of the people in here are level 50 that are farming inside of here. And I feel like there's this misconception of people being really scared of the pyramid. So while I know that a lot of you probably knew about this first one, the one that I really want to show you is the next one, which is really what I've been doing. And I've been getting way more sulfur than I was ever making inside of the catacombs. The only downside is, like I mentioned, you will need to be level 50. So let's head over there and I'm going to show you guys. All right, so here we are at the pyramids. Something to keep in mind about this if it's your first time ever coming in here, it's very similar to the catacombs. You will have PvP enabled as soon as you enter. Be aware of that. There really isn't that many people inside of here, like I mentioned before. Most people are kind of afraid of this, but the method that I want to tell you guys is actually in the last floor, which from what I've seen, people are even more afraid of. Now, to give you guys a quick breakdown, I am currently wearing full legendary. I do have a legendary greatsword, and I'm using a phoenix feather bow. For my attributes, still am a pure strength build, with everything extra being thrown into dexterity. For my greatsword build, I'm still using the same exact thing that I was using for my leveling build video. And for my bow, I'm also still using the same exact stuff. Now, here's my best recommendation for those of you that are level 50. Find yourself a seller that is selling essential revitalizing meat stew. This is by far the best food in the game. Obviously, if you're able to get it in a higher rarity, it's going to be even better. But the reason why it's so good for us that are full strength builds is because it has great mana regeneration. On top of that, it also has half decent health regeneration every second, but that's not really going to make a difference. 2 health per second is really not that great. For those of you that are struggling a little bit with damage, you can go ahead and find yourself some essential blazing shrimp plate. This will increase your physical power by 10%. Isn't really required. I actually don't even own that many of these because I rarely ever use it. I only use it for boss fights. But anyways, if all else fails, I recommend that you bring yourself some greater mana potions, because unfortunately for us strength builds, it does really come down to mana. Now, here's the path that I like to take. First, I like to start off on the left side, which I like to point out the left and the right side both have a chest, legendary chest spawn. So at the end of this, you will end up with a bunch of blessed weapon enchants as well as armor enchants, and you know, all of this regular stuff as well. You're going to end up with an insane amount of them, including a very, very good amount of sulfur and even a decent amount of amethyst, because there is 3 different amethyst ores down here in the 3rd floor. But again, we're going to start off right here. We're going to grab this guy, and then we're going to travel further down here, grab this guy as well. and just pretty much do a quick little roundabout here. Blue Golem, if you feel comfortable, you can grab him. He's the only one that sort of has a blocking ability, so it does make it a little bit harder with him, but it's fairly simple here. Now you're going to jump off, turn around, go ahead and do this, and then wait till he stops blocking, do a stomp. They're going to all get stunned. Hit them with that so you can get your health back. Then just keep doing a circle. I like to occasionally slow them down a little bit. I use Solar Arrow. Switch back to my sword. Everything should be, not everything, but a decent amount of stuff should be off cooldown. And then just rinse and repeat. Do the same exact thing. And then if you want to regen your health again, there you go. So it's fairly simple. The entire run is super duper quick. And at the same time, you have to keep in mind, nothing changes, right? If we click on one of these guys, Sulfur is still a 10% drop chance. The only good thing about it is that you're able to do much bigger pulls than in Catacombs. And on top of that, Catacombs is becoming this thing where it's getting extremely crowded now. So unfortunately, those of us that are level 50 have to find a brand new area to do this. Also, here is some of the rewards that you will get from inside of these chests. It's actually really, really good. And to be honest, with all the new players coming in, you could probably get a decent amount of essence out of the market. So I'm going to also grab this chest over here just to show you guys. That one didn't actually give us anything good. But again, on this side is much easier than the other one because you don't have a blue golem. Just go ahead and round all these guys up, and you pretty much want to do the same exact thing. Again, this is the reason why it's so good to do it here, assuming you are level 50, because our pools are so much bigger here. The concept is the exact same though. You just want to kind of spam this stuff. To be fair, if you have legendary armor, even if they do hit you all at the same time, it's really not going to do that much damage to you. But you just pretty much want to kite them around in circles until your cooldowns are up, and that's it. If you notice, I'm down to 50% health. I'll just go ahead and drop this, and I gained a decent amount of it back, and it really doesn't matter because what I'm just going to do next time is I'll open up with my sword slam so that way I have instantly full HP. So also here is the first amethyst ore that I was mentioning to you guys. The second one is going to be right here in the middle, which you can do a middle pool if you want to as well. But by the time that you do one side of the pool, the other side will have already spawned. So you don't necessarily have to do the middle one unless you're really trying to farm amethyst. If you notice, if we come over here, all of these have already respawned. So you can just go ahead, rinse and repeat. But also there is the other amethyst that I was mentioning about. And if you notice, we're back on this side, right? We're doing this pool now, and the chest has already respawned again. So it's really, really good, man. Honestly, this area has been probably the best thing for me. Not only that, obviously we get way more XP here. XP is one of those things that we sort of suffer with when we are doing these farms inside of Catacombs. So that's why it's so much better in my opinion. But yeah, man, hopefully this helped you guys out and you're able to get a bunch of sulfur as well as obviously a bunch of levels. We got people in the game that are already level 61, which is actually kind of insane. I've been putting insane amounts of hours into this game so far, and I'm nowhere even near that. But also, to be fair, I think a lot of these people that are high levels right now are really depending a lot on 2 times XP. So they're spending insane amount of Robux. Don't exactly have that luxury, but it is what it is. Also, as I mentioned before, we came back to this side and this one has already also respawned. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And you get also a lot of legendary keys. To be fair though, I do have, you know, some pretty decent luck stuff on my gear. But yeah, man, this is basically what I have been doing over and over again. Truthfully, I'm not exactly farming sulfur. I do want to go ahead and make my unique weapon, but for that, I will unfortunately need to be level 55. So that's sort of like the real grind right now. I've already accomplished getting my crafting to level 15. Huge shout out to Sister Guard. She actually told me this crazy method to be able to get your crafting all the way to level 15. Funny enough, crafting is one of those things where you can go beyond level 15. Not sure why that's the case, but oh, look right there. We just got ourselves some sulfur. We got 3 sulfur from that guy and another 2 sulfur from the other one. That's 5 sulfur right here going at 15k a piece. If you find yourself a good seller, I've even seen somebody buying them for 20k in the Discord. Kind of insane. It's making me potentially want to sell my 255 that I have. But yeah, man, let's do one more pool here before I end off the video. So that way you guys can see me ding to level 53. I'm also planning on potentially doing a live stream if you guys want to see me just farm for a bit. Just so it's a little more entertaining than me just going back and forth by myself, not talking to anyone. I think it'd be pretty entertaining. And not only that, I can also answer a couple of questions if you guys have any of them. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. And as I always say, thank you guys so much for all the support on the videos. There we go, level 53. Now the grind begins to level 54, and then we're just one more away, man. I'm so excited to finally hit 55 and then really start farming for all of the materials that I need for my first unique weapon. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this into dexterity, and we're gonna call the video right there. If you enjoyed it and found it useful, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel for more Divas of Creation content. That's gonna do it for this video. Like always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.